Welcome back to Full Disclosure, everyone. So like I said at the beginning of the show, I am super excited about the interview I have on Full Disclosure today. We have some friends of 89, Sarwat Gilani and Taha Tahir of Special Olympics, really like a pride of Pakistan that we support so much. And I am so excited to have them here in studio. Guys, please introduce yourselves.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Sarwat and I'm the ambassador for Special Olympics, and thank you for having us.
Anytime.
And my name is Taha and I'm the National Director at Special Olympics Pakistan.
Amazing. How long have you been doing that?
So I've been working here for the past almost 7 years now, and it's been a great journey so far.
And you've been an ambassador with them
For almost 8 years.
Oh, wow. So you guys have been working side by side for
Yes.
a long time. Okay, awesome. Then I'm glad we got you on here to talk about this together. So first, could you tell us a bit about, for those who don't know, but you should know, what is Special Olympics Pakistan?
So Special Olympics is the world's largest sports organization catering to people with intellectual disabilities. So what we do is we use the tool of sports to transform their lives. And Special Olympics Pakistan has been working for the past almost 33 years. And we have offices in Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, and we have community mobilizers across Pakistan, including Gilgit, Abbottabad, Quetta. So yeah, we've been able to reach up almost 35,000 athletes so far.
That is amazing.
We still have a long way to go.
But 33 years, 35, that's incredible. Those are numbers we all should know. So I'm going to get into a bit of interview with you guys. We have some pressing questions. First, could you tell us what you guys have been up to in the last 2 years? That's actually the last time that we got to hang out and speak. So
yes. So every 4 years, the Special Olympics takes place. And last time it was taking place in Abu Dhabi, 2019.
Yes.
We were in Abu Dhabi representing Pakistan amongst 195 countries. Again, now 4 years down, we're heading to Berlin, and the World Games are happening in Germany, in Berlin, and we're super excited. So the last 2 years have been literally just picking the best out of Pakistan. So we've had our regional games, our national games. So the process is very transparent, and it is also a very rigorous process. True. So kids who are coming from mainstream school partner with us as unified partners with our special athletes, and kids coming from inclusive schools are the athletes. So they work together, they practice together. Sometimes they have 2 to 3 times a day practice. It could be swimming, it could be basketball, it could be so many sports. Yeah. We're part of 26 sports.
Amazing.
So the last 2 years have been the selections and their camps. So lots of practice and lots of selections that has happened.
The life of athletes, I gotta say, that is, I mean, it sounds so intense, but like, I just always think about for kids, and not just kids, all athletes. In Pakistan, what a limited access there kind of is, and to think like not only are they coming together, but they get to play against each other. That it's, I know they must be grueling and tired, but that also sounds like just incredible growth and like an amazing. I like to hear that Pakistanis are getting that, because it, you know, I'm always fighting for sports. I'm a big sports person.
You know, SOP has been running for, like Taha said, more than 30 years. And it's amazing to see the kind of transformation through the power of sports that these children are getting. We have a lot of programs which are life-changing. We have the Young Athletes program, which starts from the age of 2. So you can admit a special needs child at the age of 2 and train him to be an athlete. So yesterday we were sitting at the Dawn morning show, and we had one athlete who's going to the World Games with us, and she came into the Young Athlete program when she was 8.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And now she's like 15, 16.
That is so cool.
So it's like you see the transition. You see the transition, you know.
And the best part is that everything is free. We don't charge anything to any of the athletes. And plus, just wanted to add, with the trainings, you know, this is the first time that they experience the fact that they are independent. Yes. So they're traveling to, let's say we had last year we had a competition in Peshawar. So all the athletes were going to Peshawar for the first time, you know, living separately from the parents. That's when they realize that, you know, yes, they can do a lot more than what they
Something many Pakistanis
can't do.
No one can't do. Well, that is incredible. We heard you guys will be going this year to Berlin. Can you tell us what sports? You said 26 sports will be represented.
So basically, we are participating in 11 sports.
Okay.
And
That's still double digits.
Over there will be around 26 sports. But in Pakistan, we have only 11. Hockey is the newest one that we'll be participating in, and hopefully we'll try to create a good strong hold. Because this is our national sport. So yeah, that's what we're working on.
Bringing it back home,
I was just going to say, bring it back. That would be incredible. Yeah. 11 sports. Like I said, that's still double digits. That's a lot of sports. So Sarwat, you've been working with them, as you said, for over 8 years now. Can you tell us about your experience with Special Olympics and how you've seen it change? You talked a little bit about it, but...
to say that it changed me is an understatement. It has moved me beyond my own imagination, because the kind of hurdles that these kids go through, not just physically or mentally, but because of the society and the taboos of our community, you see them escape that in a very healthy way. You see them overcome that hurdle in a very progressive way. So one tends to think, oh, I'm having a bad day because my new shoes don't fit me so well. But when you go and you meet all these amazing athletes, you're like, hey, hold on. This guy doesn't have an arm and he's still, wanting to run and swim. And he goes there, he gets a medal and he's back and he's standing in front of me. So woman, you need to relax, So we need to go beyond our little tantrums, I would say, and our little insecurities, and go see them. When you see these athletes, when you meet them, when you see them change, when you see them groom, it's phenomenal. So I have learned so much from them. Their willpower goes beyond superpower, and they don't stop. So the coaches sometimes are like, oh, we're tired, let's take a break. Yeah. And they're like, no, let's do this again. And we're not done yet. My time is not over yet. So you understand that going for it and being determined and having a focus, it's possible in any capacity, whether you're intellectually disabled, you're sort of physically disabled, it doesn't matter. Nothing should stop you, because nothing stops them. And after training, when they come back with those medals, unka gaon, unka family jo hai, sab unke naam se recognize ho raha hota hai. So it's just like, wow, they're the real celebrities of Pakistan,
It's good. I'm so sorry.
And they're also very pure. So, whatever they have in mind, they'll just say it. So that's the best part. And that's something that we all should learn from. So they don't keep anything. They're very open about it. And, that's something that I've learned from them as well.
Yeah, say it how it is.
I was going to say, you described it having a ripple effect on you, but like you said, they take it back to their communities, their families, naysayers, I would also say.
Yeah.
And I think... you're saying you have kids as young as 2 that join this. I mean, that kind of confidence in your abilities, that's incredible. I think that's a beautiful thing. And you're right. That's something everyone could learn from.
And because of our young athlete program, we start very early. So that mindset gets integrated into the families, into the community at a very early age. And I feel that even in neighborhoods, they're recognized by the sport they play, by the kids who participated. So it's a life-changing experience for everyone.
And in this age, we do have inclusive activities. So there's no difference between a mainstream child and a young athlete, with special needs, and they don't differ, or they don't, feel that they're different. So that's the best thing. So in that sense, we create inclusivity at a very early age, because all of these activities are happening with, mainstream schools and special schools together.
And I wish that would happen everywhere. Yeah. In our mainstream schools also, if they grew up with these athletes and it got integrated, that mindset started at an early age, we wouldn't know otherwise, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And that happens globally. When our athletes go, they interact with other countries' special athletes. They're like, hey, they're just like us. So what's the difference? There is no difference.
Absolutely. Are there some specific athletes we want to give some shout outs to? I'm sure that's a hard one.
They're all so amazing.
So many.
But you go ahead.
So this year, we are incredibly proud that we have an athlete called Sana, who is from an area called Juddo, which is a little far from Mirpur Khas. And previously we were able to identify through our community mobilizers, but she was chained in our house and locked. Because it's not because the parents had any issue, but they thought that she'll run away because she was with intellectual disability. So they were not able to comprehend exactly what's wrong or what's different about her. So through Special Olympics activities and programs, we were able to bring her out. And she was part of a lot of training, and now the biggest achievement for Pakistan, I would say, is that she is participating in the World Games Berlin in athletics, and she runs like
she's a sprinter.
She's like Flash.
Yeah.
So she runs like anything, and now she's started communicating with each other, and she's so much difference from where we once saw her to now. And Sarwat has met her many times.
Yeah.
And you can see the joy, you can see the change, and this is just one story. We have so many other incredible stories.
And what was incredible about her was we had a production from Hollywood who came and filmed her journey. And that film, Ziad Zafar directed it, and it was the selection with Joyland in the Academy Awards. Can you believe it? And it made it to the last 15 selected before it went into the 4 nominees.
As far as they can run.
As far as they can run.
That should be screened everywhere. That's amazing.
So that was so wonderful to see. And I just feel that it's so important to talk about these things on a regular basis. It needs to be a dining table conversation in houses. Also, because we are going to the Berlin Games and we are a contingency of 137 people, which is a huge contingency. And one would imagine कि पाकिस्तान में तो जितने amazing sports होते हैं, cricket तो और भी Olympics के, Special Olympics के सबसे ज़्यादा medals लेकर आते हैं हम.
Yes.
So in the history of Pakistan, Special Olympics Pakistan brings back most pride and medals for Pakistan and recognition. And I'm hoping that this year, because of that sort of awareness that we're trying to create, thanks to you guys also, we want the nation to come and back us up, back these athletes up, talk about it while we're away. We'll keep updating everyone from our media house, who's winning, what other sports that we're doing. So try and bring out the news as much as you can. That would be great.
I mean, that would be absolutely, it should be done 100%. Yes. Also, thank you so much for sharing Sana's story. I was quite taken by it because I like that you started it by saying her parents, they didn't mean her harm, but it's sort of what the crux of the issue is that so much taboo. You don't know how to reach out for help. I did have a follow-up question to that, and then we'll get to the last question. But how did you reach Sana? Did you reach out to her? Did her family reach out to you?
So what we do is that we have a set of community mobilizers, especially in Mirpur Khas. We have a staff member, and he's also a human rights activist. So what we do is that, especially in these areas, these underserved areas, it's very difficult to identify people with intellectual disability. So we had to change our strategy. So we were able to create one setup where we go to each houses and through their activists, their network, we were able to identify that there might be someone with some sort of disability or some sort of other amputation or anything like that. And we had to change our strategy because when we go to their houses, हमें कहना पड़ता था कि आपके घर में कोई बीमार है. We couldn't just say कि आपके घर में कोई है ऐसा जो special needs है. They will not be able to understand. And so that's how we were able to identify athletes like these. So
that's incredible. That's amazing work.
Really. And now when Sana goes back, everyone recognizes her. She's going to a lot of these schools and community areas and teaching them about fitness and activities. And we have a lot of these videos.
What a transformation, truly. That's amazing. So this was a question that I've been burning to ask the whole time, but you spoke about these, schools training together, this and that. And obviously, I'm an old lady. So my question is, how do people get involved with Special Olympics? Or if they even want to come and support, regional games or things like that, where would you get the information? How can you volunteer? Things like that.
So it depends. If you're a student, we have a program called Unified Champion Schools, through which we collaborate with the mainstream schools like Beacon, City, Alpha. So we have a very long list of special mainstream schools that are working with us. So through your show, if there any principal or any school or any student who would want to work with us can reach out to us, and the mainstream community can sort of work together, play with them, do activities, so we have a lot of these wonderful inclusive activities, and that's how they'll get to know. And for the others, we would, just want them to, follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, and also WhatsApp, and also donate to us, because it's a very important cause.
Yes. Also, I'd like to say that the unified partners learn so much from their special partner. The kind of courage and the kind of will that these special athletes have, the unified partners make such good friends with them, and they understand that this taboo is really old school now. It's obsolete, and we should move beyond it. So I'm really glad to see when these young school students come and they change it, and then they become friends with these special athletes, and they elevate them. So it's vice versa. They both elevate each other.
Well, I love that you said that, because there are a lot of young people listening to the show, because I'm one of the youth, 30 plus Gen Z. That's what I call myself. And I think you just brought up such an important point, is that we are often separated, and we don't really have a say in that. It's sort of just done society wise or school wise, and you could be missing out on the most awesome friends, or people who even just challenge you to be better. I mean, our athletes go hard. They love a challenge, and there's a whole community there that you can work with. And I think that's amazing. And you're right. Starting young means changing generation by generation very young. And that's the way to do it. Yeah.
And you see that globally, it's there. Also, donations. So a lot of times, you don't need to donate money. Particularly, come work with us, be a volunteer, donate your time, donate your effort. That is the centric, core of Special Olympics, because it invites everyone. It has no discrimination. If you come from a different religion, different color, different creed, it does not matter. You can come and volunteer. I've been volunteering, so I would call myself a volunteer ideally, but I have to identify myself. So your time is what we need. Your effort to probably share a post or like a post that Special Olympics Instagram or Facebook page is creating. So do that, and you're supporting a cause. So you really don't have to be physically there. I mean, it's amazing if you're physically there, but if you can't support the cause however other way you can.
So just going to add this as my own little speech to the listeners is that, we do always share when something amazing happens Pakistani, because let's be honest, we've had to dig very deep lately to find them.
That's true.
And this is a huge, a point of pride. How I introduced you guys on here, you said they've brought us the most medals in history, and it's just 35,000 athletes' lives have, been enriched by this, and they've enriched so many other people. So I think, with the sharing, with the volunteering, and with being proud of this, wearing this on our chest, I think is so important. I'm honestly so excited that you guys are here. I'm beaming at them. Thank you both so much for coming. Before we wrap, just tell us, when are the Olympics happening?
So our opening ceremony is taking place on the 17th of June. Some of us...
very few days left.
Yes. So some of the athletes are flying, and there's a whole plane full of these athletes. So it's going to be awesome. They're flying on the 12th. Some people join later. Faisal Kapadia is also, the singer Faisal Kapadia is also our ambassador. Nice. So he will be joining us. And amongst 195 countries, Pakistan will be one of the countries. Yeah. And we'll be walking with our flag, waving to you guys all the way from Berlin. So give us a shout.
All of you can keep up to date, follow their Facebook, follow their Instagram. Sarwat, Taha, thank you guys so much for coming. I wish you all the best. And of course, I will be paying attention from over here.
Thank you.
All right. All right, guys. Make sure you get on those websites, on those social media, and follow and support. Let's get into our next one, and we'll be right back.